All right, Shalom Israel. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakudash, the Bawanas to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, and Shalom to Lek out there doing his work of faith, labor of love, true sincerity. Right now, I want to get into a quick topic based upon a video I was just watching. Still dealing with them niggas that be thinking they Hebrews, man. You know what I'm saying? Getting into knowledge and all of that different stuff. You know what I mean? Dude named they call him the Mighty Hebrew, you know what I'm saying, was just on, Sar Nigga channel, you know what I'm saying. And, I listen to, other guys to see what information they could possibly, have, and he just got into a whole bunch of madness, man, that, just made me just think of a lesson off top, like, yo, man, stick to the script. It's our foundation. So, that's going to be the topic, for today. Stick to the script. It's our foundation. Because it's a beautiful thing, of course, to be able to get into other books of information, that support the scriptures, but this is our key, man. When you start straying away from all of that, man, now you start getting carried about with all diverse and wind doctrines and philosophies, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you just start going the hell off, man. This truth is everything, man. And I like to personally get into history myself, you know what I'm saying? Hey, and the apostles say all the time, if you don't know history, you don't know the scriptures, So it's important to get into these things, but when we get into certain information, we got to remember, it has to be based off of the scriptures, man. It has to be based off of the scriptures. That is the most important thing, So, and we got to be careful getting into certain information as well, right? So I'm going to start off in the book of 1 Corinthians 3, and I start at verse 9. It says, "For we are laborers together with Yahweh. Ye are Yahweh's husbandry, ye are Yahweh's building." All right? "According to the grace of Yahweh, which is given unto me as a wise master builder, I have laid the foundation, and another buildeth thereon. But let every man take heed how he buildeth thereon. For other foundation can no man lay than that is laid, which is Yahushua HaMashiach." Okay, so Yahushua, he is the foundation. Why? Because what? He is the word. He comes in the volume of the book, man. So anything that we build upon this foundation. Because if we're not building strictly upon this foundation, what we setting up a whole nother building. We building on sand, we building on stubble, something that can't stand, man. You find holes all in these guys' doctrines when they go outside of the scriptures. But why is Great Millstone, through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, start with the apostles and elders, so thorough with the scriptures? Because we stick to the script, man. We stick to the foundation as the basic principles, as we should do, man. This is why we don't have unity camps and dealing with all these other guys, dealing with all this other madness, because we sticking to the script, man. We all about Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai in a righteous manner, not just gathering together, what I'm saying, with every individual Israelite group and just saying, it's about love, brother, it's about love. Well, the scriptures tell us what love is: keeping of the Lord's commandments, man. Rebuking your brother when he's going off, correcting him, checking him, man. That's real love, man. We do that all the time on a regular basis, man. Period, man. So, real quick, I'm going to go to Sirach. I'm going to hit two quick precepts. This Sirach 5 and 15, it says, "Be not ignorant of anything in a great matter or small." And I just wanted to bring that because, like I said, there's nothing wrong with getting into other information, what I'm saying, but the main thing is, sticking to the principles that we know, man. What I'm saying? That's the main thing about it. And also just being careful with certain information that you get into. And I would suggest, for younger brothers that's out there, if you do deal with any other information, that's outside of the scriptures, hey, go to a well-known brother in your camp, what I'm saying, that knows some history, what I'm saying, or another elder or apostle or somebody that you've seen getting into some other information. Just use that, what I'm saying. just use that information that they went into, or if they gave reference to some information or some documentation, just use that. Just start off with that. Don't just go off on your own and just trying to do your own thing and thinking you're going to pick up this book that nobody never heard of, and you think you're going to be applying this like it's some real history, like it's some real facts, man. Because Esau got a thing of misinformation, disinformation. You know what I'm saying? They have two opposing sides. Somewhere the truth will be out there, but in the midst of that truth, you know what I'm saying? It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack because you got so much bullshit that's all around it, man. That's why we stick to the script, man. It's our foundation, okay? So, I wanted to go to, real quick, the, Ecclesiastes. The Ecclesiastes 12 and 12, and it says, matter of fact, let me start at verse 10, and it says, the preacher sought to find out acceptable words, meaning what? The delightful words, and that which was written was upright, even words of truth. So what? These scriptures, right? The words of the wise are as golds and as nails fastened by the masters of assemblies. Hey, so when we using the words of Yahweh Shah, it's like what we using nails, you know what I'm saying? Fasten them what? As masters of assemblies, man. So we want to be able to masterfully build upon this foundation with information that supports these scriptures, man. If we dive into any other things, but this is always the main thing. You never stray away from this. The instant you stray away from these scriptures, that's the instance you going off, man. That's the instance you growing wrong when you don't make this your foundation. And that's what these other guys don't understand. This guy was getting into information talking about he got proof in his book that the scriptures wasn't talking about just the beginning, but it was talking about beginnings and how the earth was actually over like 2 or 3 million years old or some million years old or something like that. The scriptures don't support that, man. Whatsoever, what have you. The scriptures don't support nothing like that whatsoever, man. It gets into that in the Apocrypha, Lord willing. I bring that out too, man. So what we want to be as master builders, or working our way up to be master builders in the spirit, and learning the exact history, learning our history and building upon that, you know what I'm saying, with other secular history, you know, that's history outside of the scriptures, you know, to support if need be, you know. But we really don't need that, honestly. You know what I'm saying? That's just if you want to fine tune things for yourself, you know what I'm saying? For your own self, for your own growth. And if you like to get into some historical data, historical information, right? So the words of the wise are as golds and as nails fastened by the masters of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd, So how we're going to be able to build this assembly, you know what I'm saying? Because what? We getting the instructions from one shepherd, you know? You'll have on construction, what you'll have, I believe is what the foreman or whatever, you know what I'm saying, or whoever's in charge, you know what I'm saying, here have the blueprint, the foundation for everything, and then all of the other master builders that are helping out with this assembly, the assemblance of the building, they're going according to that blueprint given to them from their shepherd, that foreman. So this is how we doing in the spirit. All of us individual brothers within our individual camps, within, you know, our spaces, all collectively, you know what I'm saying? We building all according to the assemblance of the words of Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shah. That's how we building, man. We ain't rocking no other way, man, in the spirit, all right? So which are given from one shepherd, and further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books, there is no end, and much study is a weariness of the flesh. So that's what it is. The making of many books, there is no end. That's why this is truly all we need, man. You don't really have to get into all that other information, but like I said, just if you want to, hey, and if you're a younger brother, hey, just deal with information that brothers subscribe to you, man. That way you don't really have to worry about going off too much. And if you got questions about things, ask. Just don't jump out the window, you know what I'm saying, and think certain information that you get into is specifically accurate, man. You know, because you can really really be going off, man. You know what I'm saying? And we want to minimize those chances. Of course, we got brothers to correct us if we do happen to go off, but hey, none of us want to go off. We want to be as perfect as can be, you know, within His truth and dealing delicately with the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because His words are truly precious unto us, man. You know, and some other things that this guy was getting into the whole African thing, and you know, trying to break that down. And it was just a lot of madness that he was talking about, man. But let me get to the point of him talking about he found that the earth is more than something million years old and all that. Or where does the scripture support that at? Where's your foundation for that, man? Where did you you didn't get this? That part wasn't written in the blueprint from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. That's not in the blueprint, man. You know what I'm saying? That's not in the blueprint. Now, just say hypothetically, if that was correct, where is it in the scriptures, man? Where is it? Where is it? That's not in the blueprint, man. You know, we know that it's certain things that the Most didn't give to us for us to know within this time, because it's not needful for us. It's not expedient, you know. But hey, what we know, and we know how old the earth actually is, man. You know, given to us in the scriptures, right? So let me go to the book of Second Ezra, right? Yeah, the Second Ezra 14, and I'm gonna start off at at verse Second Ezra 14 and 9. Now I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, "For the world has lost his youth." So what? The world is old. We see how the world is decrepit, deteriorating from, you know, Esau's abuse of it, man. Not giving the land a land Sabbath, so on and so forth. Not allowing the earth to replenish itself, sucking all the nutrients, the micronutrients, the fibers, you know what I'm saying, the oils up out of the earth, drying the earth out, man. You know what fats and different things like that help to lubricate our joints, lubricate our body. Now imagine if somebody was drilling in our body, continually doing surgery, sucking out all the fats, sucking out all the nutrients. What, we gonna shrivel up because we have no nutrition. So it's the same thing that's going on with the earth, and that's why the trees are constantly dying, and that's why the scriptures say, what in the kingdom, what that the trees are going to be rejoicing, man, because they're going to have that time to rest, that time to replenish itself, and the earth could be actually a new and a fresh again, man. You know, so for the world has lost his youth, and the times begin to wax old. For the world is divided into 12 parts. So the world is divided into 12 parts. It ain't say nothing about no 12 million years or no 2 or 3 million years. It said divided into 12 parts, right? And we know we go according to parts, according to how the Most High has his time. You know, a day to man is a day to the Most High is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day, right? So for the world has lost its youth, and the times begin to wax old. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and a half of a 10th part. So what? This was at the 9,500 year mark, man. You know, so he was saying what 10 and a half part, not meaning 10 and a half, but what 9 and a half, man. You know. So this was at that point, because Ezra was approximately around 500 years before Yahushua walking the scene, walking the earth, right? So it says, now, verse 13, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. You know, so from that time period, now what, these next 2,000 some odd years, that shows the 12 parts, and what we entering into that 13th part, you know what I'm saying, which is what? Rulership, man, because we know that the Most High deals with numbers as well. We know that 13 means rulership. So going over into the 13th part, that's our rulership, man. That's our kingdom that's going to last forever, even forever and ever, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why what, you know, our brothers, they were saying, talking about what, this being the end of the world, you know, the Mayans, you know, the so-called Mayans, you know what I'm saying? Meaning what? The end of an age. You know what I'm saying? The end of another part that the Most High was talking about. So it's the end of the part. It's the transference of power that's coming into play, because we see that happening now. That transference of power, because Esau's system is constantly going down, man. You know what I'm saying? So we always got to use these scriptures as our foundation, first and foremost, above anything, man. You know what I'm saying? That's, hey, stick to the script first and foremost. Before, if you don't really know, you know what I'm saying, something, you know, hey, ask a brother, or don't even deal with that piece of information. If it's not in line with the scriptures, don't deal with it. We in Great Millstone, we stick to the script because we know what our foundation is, and that's Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shah, man. You know, so with that, you know, I hope this short segment was edifying. I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to Lek out there doing his work of faith and labor of love and true sincerity. Shalom.